What's up everybody, it's Sam here with your Business Boost video, and in this video I want to talk about lead magnets because lead magnets are huge with us, especially with our online businesses. Now this can be done traditionally as well, so anyone out there with a traditional business, you can apply the same principles in your own way, shape or form, okay? But I'm going to focus mainly for my online business owners out there. So anyone who doesn't know what a lead magnet is, you're really behind the game. But if you do know what it is, but you understand its value, then you really need to start implementing it in your business, because without it, you do not have one. Now, that seems like a pretty bold claim, but I'm going to break down as to why it is I am actually saying that. So, what is a lead magnet? A lead magnet essentially is something that you give away 100% free, right? That's why it's also known as an ethical bribe. It's also known as a content upgrade for different reasons, right? So, you want to give something away of absolute value that you're going to use to ask people back for their email address, right? Now, why would we want their email address? Because with the email address, we can start marketing to them on a daily basis. Now, here's the mistake that a lot of people make. And I made this mistake too, right? But now, wherever you go on my blog, you'll see that I have a lead magnet there, right? And I'm going to start expanding on those and probably have like 7 or 8 very specific, very powerful lead magnets on my page. I'm going to start building those out in the next 3 or 4 months. So here's why it's so important to have the email address. There are so many different ways of getting distracted this day. See, that was perfect timing. I literally just got a notification while I'm doing this video. Distraction, right? So this is what happens when people go to social media. They start watching your video, then they get a message, right, and they're distracted. Or they go to YouTube and they're watching the video, and hey, your video looks great, your information looks great. No disrespect to anyone that's watching this on YouTube, but then you get distracted and you click on something else, right? And that's cool. That's the way the platforms work, and that's absolutely fine. But when someone's reading your email, typically that's all they're doing is reading your email, right? So it's your opportunity to remarket to them time and time and time again. And this is where the power of your lead magnet really truly lies, because the 7- and 8-figure earners make the claims that 80+% of their revenue comes from their email list, right? And the only way to build an email list is to create amazing free magnets, giveaways, so that people actually opt in and want to be in your list. You know, the typical once upon a time join the newsletter, that shit doesn't work anywhere. I'm sorry. It really just doesn't. And I've tried this myself, right, after I studied it and learned about it, and then I tried it myself, and it just doesn't work. Sorry, the conversion rate is so terrible, it's not even worth the time or effort. So what you want to do is you want to create an amazing free lead magnet. And a lead magnet can be anything that's absolutely valuable to somebody else. What is valuable? Valuable, you really want to focus on one problem, one solution, right? So one lead magnet solves one problem, because you don't want to take people through an entire journey. I mean, yes, you can. Some of my lead magnets do. But what I'm trying to say is that you don't need to overcomplicate it. You don't need to create some 21-day video marketing course, right? Like a lot of us think. We don't really need to do that, right? What we need to do is find out what the problem is and provide the solution. Bang, that's your lead magnet. So let's say, for example, I'm creating this video, right, for my blog posts, as well as all my Facebook followers, as well as all my YouTube followers. So everyone is going to be able to participate in this particular video. But then I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to offer the free upgrade, right? So you guys, and here's my lead magnet / pitch, right? I'm going to give you guys 8 different lead magnet types that you can create and incorporate into your business so that you can have more successful conversions. Again, the higher the conversion, the better your lead magnet, the higher the conversions, the more people you have in your email list, and technically the more people that you have on your email list, the more money you're going to make, okay? Now that's not entirely accurate. It's the relationship you build with your email list, but if you don't have a list, there's no relationship to build, all right? End of discussion. So email marketing is for a different video at another time, okay? And there'll be a course coming out about that. So what you want to do when it comes to lead magnets, and now that you understand what it is and why it's so damn important, if you think about 7- and 8-figure marketers, those are guys that make between $1 and tens of millions of dollars every single year online, right? And they say that 80+% of their revenue, I know one 8-figure marketer said 100% of his money came from his email marketing. I know a guy that does $100 a month subscription and has thousands of members, right? Do the numbers on that, at $97 per month. 100% built through email. Okay, that's the power. So create a good lead magnet, put it into your website, your videos, your whatever it is, whatever content you're putting out there, and then you use that to drive people to subscribe to your email list, and from there you build a better relationship, and then they naturally want to become partners and do business with you, connect with you, and so on and so forth. So the big question that comes up all the time is, how do you go about building, creating these free lead magnets? And it can be a little bit confusing. So I've got 8 different ways, that I am going to touch on in this video. But if you want the more in-depth PDF/ebook that I'm going to put together this weekend, then it's absolutely yours. Okay, all you need to do is inbox me that you're interested, or just say hello or whatever, and I will message that to you as soon as I get it. So I'm gonna refer to my so don't, please, I'm not being rude. I'm not looking at the screen. I just want to make sure that I cover all 8, okay? Because my brain doesn't allow me to remember anything beyond 3. So 8, I need to look at this list, okay? So ebooks are very obvious, okay? So the way you go about creating that is you pull up like a Microsoft Word document, right? And then you write out your valuable information. Now remember, you don't want this to be long-winded. You don't want it to solve multiple problems. Really, what you really want to focus on is one problem, one solution. So say, for example, with this particular lead magnet that I'm putting together, the only thing I'm really focused on is convincing people that they really need to put lead magnets together, just like this video. The only purpose of this video is to convince people to create lead magnets, right? And so if I've done that, then I'm happy. I've done my job. And so with ebooks, it's the same thing. You want to write about one problem and provide one solution, because once you help people, you're automatically in the know, like, and trust factor that so many people rely upon online, because without any one of those 3, your sales are going to struggle. Okay. Number 2, resource guides. This is the same thing as kind of ebooks. You put it together on a Microsoft Word. You convert it into a PDF once you're actually done. But a resource guide is essentially things like checklists, cheat lists, reports, things like that. People love this sort of stuff because, let's say, for example, like it's a checklist, right? Like you're like, oh yeah, just like this, right? Here's a perfect example. I didn't even realize, but that's great. So say, for example, you say 15 things you must do when you go to the gym. That's your lead magnet, right? For all my PTs out there. What you want to do is you make a printable document that when they take to the gym, they're going to tick off every time they do. Now you realize every time they look at that list, unconsciously they're thinking about you. Unconsciously they're building a relationship with you. Unconsciously they're gaining that know, like, and trust factor because you have given them this resource. And once they find that valuable, boom, you're in terms of business. Audio files are a little bit harder, honestly. You have to download software online, and with video being so powerful these days, you can absolutely, videos are so much more to go for, but I'll talk about that shortly. And honestly, like, I actually had to look around for an audio file software, but I did find one and I was able to use it, and it worked really well. But in terms of like a lead magnet, it only works for very specific people. So for people who are auditory, yeah, sure, it works for them, right? But there are better ways to go about doing it. Number 4 is video training files, right? So you can go ahead and put together training videos for people, right? And then you save it like using like things like Camtasia is what I use. I think a lot of people on Apple seem to use Final Cut Pro. Whatever the case may be for you. And you can save the video, and then what you can do is you can extract the audio for tip number 3, right? You can extract the audio and use that as your lead magnet. Number 5 is software or software trials. Now, softwares are a little bit harder, frankly, because it takes a lot of time and money and expertise to create it. You need to have 1 or 2 of those 3 things. So if you've got time and expertise, great, you can build the software. If you have time and money, then you can get someone, you can go through the process of hiring someone to actually create it. But yes, it is a great lead magnet that works really, really well. So for anyone out there who's a technician, understand that you've got a step above everybody else that no one else has, okay? That's your advantage. Use that advantage to create little softwares, one problem, one solution, bang, you're in, and that's your lead magnet, okay? So number 6 is swipe files. So for those of you who don't know what swipe files are something that someone can essentially copy and start using for themselves, right? Like an email autoresponder it can essentially be a swipe file, but we'll talk about that next. And so what I like to do is basically, if you want to use things like, say for example, you've got ClickFunnels, right? And you've built a very successful sales funnel. You can use that as your swipe file, right? You essentially say, hey, look, if you sign up for ClickFunnels under me, right? Then I'll give you my very successful funnel for turning your business into, $15,000 a month, for example. Bang, there's your lead magnet, and you've now made a sale with ClickFunnels as an affiliate, right? super powerful, double pronged. So the next thing is free but short consultations, right? Which is something that I give out. I give out for anyone who signs up for the 21 steps, business steps that I get people to walk through. If they sign up for that, that's $49 application to do that, right? But it's 21 steps to help build your business online. And I offer a 30-minute consultation for people who join that, amongst a myriad of other things like trainings and membership areas and stuff like that, right? That all comes as part of the free consultation, and that is super powerful because if you've created a content that someone likes to the point where they say, hey, you know what, I do actually want to sit down and talk to this guy. I like him. I think he knows what he's talking about. The best sales that you can make is by connecting with people on a one-to-one basis. You can make huge, huge sales. There are companies that literally sell $2,500, $5,000, $10,000, $30,000 packages, business packages online just through the phone, one-on-one call. Now, you can't tell me, right? And I don't really care what your job is, but you cannot tell me if you sit down with someone for a 30-minute consultation, right? And you're able to realize that, hey, you know what? The best thing for you to do is sign up with this $10,000 package. It's going to give you the business that you want. It's going to give you all the information you want, and it's going to give you all the training that you need at the same time. And for that $10,000 sale, you get a $5,000 commission. You cannot tell me that a 30-minute consultation is not worth your time, okay? Because I will call bullshit, right? I will call fear more than not worth your time. So, lead magnet number 8. The 8th and final one is email autoresponder series. This is a popular one for all of my online business owners out there. The reason it's so popular is because most people don't know how to write email autoresponder series. Now, I'm not saying that as a knock because me personally, I only just learned how to do it myself 2 months ago. It does require work and it can take a whole weekend. It's worth it. Absolutely. But it can take a legit 3 days work. And by 3 days work, I mean 8, 10, 12 hours of work, 3 days, right? So it's essentially like a full week's work crammed into a weekend. If you can offer an email autoresponder series that is going to convert people from prospects on an email list into a spending customer, bang. That is absolute money. And it is one of the lead magnets that I'm going to be putting together myself, and I'm going to be putting in all of my content whenever I talk about email marketing, when it comes to Facebook Live videos, my YouTube training videos, my blog posts, right? I've created an autoresponder series that converts prospects into customers, right? Meaning putting money in your bank for doing absolutely nothing but signing up to my email list. Now, if I am able, right, and here's the power of it all, if I'm able to give you a free email autoresponder series that you can just alternate, you just change the name and you just change the links, pop it into your email autoresponder software, and you start making sales within 10 days, don't you think that you're going to start listening to me as an authority? Right now, I'm not an authority, okay? I hate to be the whole guru and all that sort of stuff. I really don't believe in that sort of discussion. What my point is this, though, is that by offering something so valuable, you automatically are put on a pedestal. You're automatically an authority. And I hate those words with a passion. What you really become is a trusted advisor. And then you've already built, without even realizing, the relationship with people that you really need to be doing, right? There's no trust factor that I was talking about, that I was touching upon, right? You've already done it because you've already put money in their bank, right? Results in advance is the name of the game. Out-teach your competition is the name of the game. And lead magnets give you that foot in the door, right? By people putting their hands up and saying, yes, I'm interested in what you have to say, bang, you're already in. And that's when you really start making money. All right, so look, this video was a hell of a lot longer than I thought it would be, but I really hope you guys got some value out of it. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, or give me a the frowning, the angry face emoji. That shit's hilarious, right? Do that if you want to, but if you've got any questions at all, please comment in the box. Absolutely 100% I will get back to you. Take care, much love, have an amazing weekend. I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow.